Hi guys, ETZU here, and today I want to cover Outlaw Rogue going into midnight. And man, let me tell you, this spec looks insane. Not gonna lie, it looks so good, so strong. But since I'm still kinda new to the spec, because I'm playing it for what, 2 weeks now? I'm not new to WoW in general, and I also play on 2.6k rating. Not too high, not too low, but I have decent experience with the game. So, but still, even though, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, please, because I think this spec looks amazing. This is my UI right now. It looks very messy. Just that you know, I played the past 3 years without any add-ons. And in midnight I want to start with add-ons again. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to have and how to set up things. So if you have any advice here for me, I would really appreciate it. So thank you in advance. So let's move on with the spec. In my opinion, what makes Outlaw Rogue so insanely strong right now is its tankiness. You can play it as a bruiser right now, and this is just my absolute dream of a Outlaw Rogue. You can play right now, playing it as a bruiser, and yeah, to me, the how do I say it? The undead pirate cyberpunk theme. Yeah, this is just my ultimate class fantasy with Rogue. Moving on to why this spec is OP, in my opinion. So let's just take a look why the spec is so tanky right now. First of all, the base health pool of the spec is quite high on max level. You can further increase it with this talent here. Sure, you have to give up your mobility, but increasing your max health is very strong. And the main reason for it is because you have 3% heals. This one here, percent based heal, and this one here as well, 30% heal is insanely strong, and your Crimson Whale, which heals you, by the way, here for 31.3%. This is due to the PvP talent here I use, which increase the healing by an extra 5%. The self heal is very strong, very decent, but it isn't the main reason why the spec is so tanky. The main reason for it is, on one hand, this talent here, which makes Feint, giving you 20% extra damage reduction, and the other one, don't be confused, Blind right now, with the setup I play, it only has a 16-second cooldown, and this is their new DR going into midnight, so you can basically hold this spell here on cooldown, and this alone is strong enough. You have a 20-yard range interrupt every 16 seconds, so you can interrupt an enemy go, you can interrupt a cast, whatever. You can use it so annoyingly, but on top of this, it doesn't end here. On top of this, you have a black jack, and man, just look at this. After blinding someone, you know, they deal 30% reduced damage and have 30% reduced healing. This is insanely strong for 6 seconds. Just imagine, there's only 10-second downtime. You can spam blind, and you always have this debuff up on the enemy. Man, this is so broken. Not gonna lie, it's so broken. And because you can reduce so much damage only by blackjack and by Feint. That's not all, to be honest. You have this here as well, a baseline 5% physical damage reduction. You have your Unseen Blade, which also gives you 5% more damage reduction. So it all adds up. Your whole tankiness comes from all over the place. It's so strong. The consistent heal here alone is very strong. And since you will spec into versatility as a main stat, which further increases your self-heal and your damage reduction. Man, this spec is gonna be so strong, so tanky. And the damage it deals right now is quite high as well. This is due to the new buff with Between the Eyes. If you cast the spell, you deal 6% increased damage, and you can reset Between the Eyes with this talent here, for example. And yeah, this can go nuts if you are lucky enough. But even outside of Between the Eyes, you have like Blade Rush, which gets a huge damage cooldown actually with Midnight, because your whole new tier set revolves around it. Then you also have Killing Spree, of course. You have your Rush. Man, like the whole spec has so many cool buttons to press, and every button you press is very meaningful. Like also like your pistol shots. It's rank 2 on my overall damage, single target or AoE. And right now, it's not Sinister Strike which deals the most damage, it is the auto hits right now. This is the rank 1 damage you deal, single target. And yeah, to me it just fits. I love it. So I don't really care that this is our main damage. I don't care. It feels great. Back to the spec. Let's just talk about stats really quick. I think main stat should be versatility at all times. It increases your tankiness, your self-heal and your damage. Like, it does everything you really want. And then I think you would go for crit, because if you look at this, if I type crit here, you can see we have a lot of talents which have great synergy with crit. So I think crit would be a great stat, especially for this talent here, for example. The other stat you could go for is haste, I think. Mastery isn't too strong, but also not so weak since our auto attacks are so strong. Mastery could be strong as well, I think. But haste, right now as it stands, I think haste is kinda required, because Outlaw has the same issue Windwalker Monk has, and it's energy. You starve so hard on energy, sadly, and yeah, this is something I really don't enjoy at all, but it is how it is. It's still fun to play Monk too, but yeah, it kind of feels weird that you have to stack around 25 or 30% haste to somewhat feel like decent, just yeah, for your general rotation. It feels weird since haste, especially for Outlaw Rogue, doesn't do too much. You have what, this talent here, which benefits from haste. Maybe this one here as well, so you can get even more energy. But outside of that, this one here, auto hits deal more damage, but yeah, haste isn't too great. Like, it doesn't reduce your global cooldown, so it doesn't do too much for you. So haste is only good for energy regeneration, and yeah, I'm not sure. I would prefer crit all day. I have to test it. I don't have much experience on the spec, as I said, and I will test it. Yeah, this is something you can share if you already know it. Please feel free to share this one, and yeah, moving on. Defensively, this rogue in general is very strong. You have your smoke bomb, you have Cloak of Shadows, you have your evasion, your vanish, and this one mixed up with your self-healing and your damage reduction, man, you are not gonna die. It's so hard to kill you, in the arena especially. In 1-on-1s too, it feels very tanky 1-on-1. In open world PvP, sure, you can sorta get kited, but since Blade Rush is our new ability, I would say. I know it's not new, but I think it wasn't used that much. But as you can see, it has a 20-yard range, so it's a great gap closer. You also have Sprint, which is arguably one of the best mobility cooldowns in the entire game. And on top of this, you have Grappling Hook. And Grappling Hook has a 40-yard range, so huge range. You don't need a target, so you can escape or you can like use it as a gap closer. And why auto rogue, like especially if you love Blitz battlegrounds or Red battlegrounds, this spec here will be S tier. I think it will always be S tier, and the main reason for it is not Trickster sadly, but it is fate bound, because here you have a talent which lets you like grappling hook 4 times, and with this talent here you can just tap a base before anyone else can. You can just cap the flag in Alpha Storm, for example. Maybe not this, because capping the flag maybe takes a bit longer, but like you can, in the Aratu Basin, for example, you can just take mines and no one can stop you. Or Blacksmith. It doesn't matter, it's so strong, it's so OP. And it seems like we still have it, so man, it's so strong, so OP. So absolute S tier if you want to play Red Battlegrounds. I'm very strong in Shuffle, I think. It will be very strong since it's so tanky. And the damage right now, it's also very high. So man, it's a great time to play and main this spec. And if you always wanted like the Bruiser fantasy of Auto Rogue, I think here it is. You have it here. It has all the tools, insane interruption tools with blind. You can just spam it. It's so annoying. Yeah, I'm so looking forward, and I'm kinda afraid, to be honest, that at some point I really just want to main the spec. So I want to main so many specs right now. I can't even decide. And Outlaw is one of the specs which really like hits my heart. I love it so much, and yeah, I hope you do too, or you give it a try, you give it a shot. Yeah, feel free to share any ideas about the spec. I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great evening, a great night, and yeah, stay blessed. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.